Oh man, you caught me at a bad time here. See, I'm trying to look for something right now, and it's annoying because I had it very recently, and I don't know where it is. I'm looking for a cord. I'm looking for a very small blue cord. I don't know why I went in my closet. It wouldn't be in my closet. Honestly, I don't know where it is. And this cord, it's a it's a type of USB cord, but it's not like a mini or a micro. It's like a fancy or something like that. And it connects, it connects things. I think it'll connect like older cameras and it connects my mic, but that's not the one I'm looking for. I have one of these cords, a really long silver one for my mic, and I want to use that for my mic. But I also have a really small blue one that I had plugged into my Wii U, not doing anything for about a year. It was plugged into both my Wii U and my external hard drive with the hopes that eventually I will get an adapter for said external hard drive and then be able to use my external hard drive on my Wii U. Now during the move, I brought everything over and I have my external hard drive and I have my Wii U, and I remember looking at this cord and doing something with it and deciding that it didn't matter and I didn't need the adapter and I wouldn't buy one anyway. And well, now I kind of have an adapter. I have the proper adapter. It's a 12-volt adapter. It only outputs in one, while the thing has a limit of 2, and I don't fully understand that, but my friend kind of explained it, and he says that it won't destroy my anything if I try to plug it in, as long as it's just properly 12 volts. The worst that can happen is that it won't turn on, but I can't. Well, I guess I could at least try turning it on. But I can't set it up at all without this cord. And it's so annoying because I had this cord and I've had this cord for so long, but I cannot find it. And this is not even some sort of weird allegory for anything. I'm literally just looking for a little blue cord. I don't even know what that could be referring to in any other sense. But I can't find it. Oh, goodness. So how did I come by this adapter, you might ask yourself? Because, I said I wouldn't buy one. And I have bought one. Actually, I did buy one a very long time ago on Amazon, and it never showed up. So, it's a risky game buying things online. I know that much. At least it was something cheap. But it turns out that this very adapter is the one that is used on my mother's computer's fucking speakers. And I was looking at this because I was setting up her computer and I was looking at the speakers and I was like, oh, I kind of need this. And I've kind of needed this for like a year now because fucking everything, like my Wii U is completely full of games. And I need an external hard drive if I want to download more games, because I prefer downloading games because I lose things very easily, and it's just kind of more fun to just click on the thing. And it's I don't know, I don't really want to get into that argument, but I can't find this fucking cord. I just have literally no idea what I did with it. I put it down somewhere with the thought that I would never need to use it because I would never really get this thing, because I don't buy games often. I don't have the money to buy games often, so I don't really have the reason to set up this external hard drive so that I could buy more games if I don't have the means to buy more games. But now I have the means to set up this external hard drive without the cord. I'm just upset, kind of, I guess. I'm also kind of looking, obviously my looking has been slowed drastically by the whole fact that I'm still paying attention to the game and shit like that, but not paying enough attention to do well. But speaking of the game, we are not looking too good for ranking. There's like 3 days left, and I really need to push it and use fucking everything I got if I want to be under the 1,000. Like, I haven't even been going up. I've been going steadily down with the efforts that I've been putting in, which I thought were enough, but are not enough. They are very much not enough, but I don't know where this cord is. I've checked, like, kind of everywhere that I think it could be. And I don't even know. Because I know I moved it. I had to have moved it. I think, like, I can remember looking at it, looking at the Wii U, and trying to put it somewhere, and having the external hard drive with me, and trying to think where to set it up. Because before, I had the Wii U stand straight up, and the Seagate right next to it. It's a Seagate made external hard drive, and I'm looking at it, and that's what it says, so that's what I'm gonna call it from now on, the Seagate. And I had them right next to each other, both on top of a Blu-ray player, and you know that worked well. But now for the setup, I also now have the. Well, I got rid of the Blu-ray player because it doesn't work without a remote, and I don't have many Blu-ray things, and I think it broke at some point. I don't remember exactly, but oh fuck, I feel like it was broken. I think like the HDMI, maybe the port or the cord or something. I really only have like 1 or 2 Blu-ray movies, so I just don't give enough of a shit. You know, I just watched it on my computer anyway. So I moved that over, and I don't have that. No, I didn't move the Blu-ray player over. I moved the Wii U and the Seagate over. And then I kind of had those set up the same way. And then when I moved, I remember when I wanted to move the router over, I had no way of pointing it straight up. I know there was a way, but I couldn't find the little stand that you would use to point the router on its side there. So I'm just kind of looking at it like, well, shit. I guess I'm just gonna put it on top of it. And I didn't want to have the Wii U and then the router, and then the Seagate. And I didn't want to have the Seagate sideways, because you can't have the Seagate sideways, because it's too weird of a shape. I don't know, the Seagate is supposed to stand straight up, always. And I'm probably now going to put it on the back of the Wii U, but I didn't leave it anywhere. I put it on that little bookshelf, and I decided, you know, I never used this, and I'm not going to use it. And it looked nice where it was, because it looked kind of professional, kind of, you know, like I got a lot of fancy machines doing a lot of fancy stuff, and it was plugged in to the Wii U with this blue cord, and then I just moved the blue cord somewhere, and I can't even remember. I'm thinking like maybe recalling the story would help me remember, but it has not. It has not. Like, I can assume that it's somewhere. I don't fucking know. My last resort is the blue box dealio that I have underneath a bunch of other boxes. But now I'm just kind of sat down in my chair and I'm in the mood for talking, so I'll just find the shit later. But, yeah. So I stole my mom's speakers, and I gave her some really shitty speakers that her boyfriend gave me. Her boyfriend, Tom, likes to just give me things that he finds. He just, like, not 20 minutes ago, he just walks into my room and he's like, hey, I found this computer shit, maybe you can use it. It's just like a box of computer shit. Like, because he's got friends and he cleans out houses and shit like that, so he just finds his boxes of old shit and just like, here, maybe you can use some of this. So, you know, I dig through it, and I have a lot of fun. Like, I paused what I was watching and I was like, fuck yeah, because it is a lot of fun. And I'm a bit of a hoarder, so whenever anyone gives me anything, I will accept and keep it forever. Well, that's actually not true, because I returned, or at least set the box back when I divvied it up between everything that I saw possible uses of and everything that I didn't. There were many things in this box. Well, there was a bag and a box, and I looked in the box first, and it was a lot of cords, just a lot of cords. And one of them was an audio jack that was like the really thick audio jack. You know what I'm talking about? Like the thick shit you'd use for like real deal speakers and pianos and shit. And it was like, I haven't measured it, but it's a long ass cord. And you know, I braided it up so it wouldn't get tied, because it was tied into everything, and it took a really long time to pull it out. And I braided it up, and it's still really long. I like braiding cords. It's a lot of fun. There's a CGP Grey video about how to properly braid cords, and that has been the guide for my life for a few years now. A lot of my really longer cords are just braided and hiding, because it's like you fold it in half and then you kind of bend it through, and you can just keep on looping it through, and it just makes this really thick kind of cord that's way shorter than it would have been, and also doesn't really tangle because it's like a really weird kind of rope thing, and it's not going to tangle with anything, which is really awesome and useful, especially if you just have a lot of really long cords, which I did have a lot of really long cords. Like the old box I was digging through earlier, which I mentioned earlier, the box that I had, the box that I packed up at one of my old houses and moved and then never touched. I mentioned in a previous episode, which I also mentioned just now, because I'm thinking maybe I put the blue cord in that, but that's really, I'm just like, maybe I'm just grasping at straws with that assumption. But that box has a lot of those in it, and it has like, just you know, random shit. This random shit I found. And one of them actually came to be really useful because I moved the router from one corner of the room to the other corner of the room because I had because there was only one cable port, but I remembered that I had a really, really long ass cable cord kind of deal in that box, and I pulled it out and I had it. I also have a really, really long it's either a phone cord or a LAN cord. They all look very similar, but I have a bunch of those for almost no reason. It's just like, I don't know, I just end up with these things, and I'm like, this might come handy 10 years from now, I should hold on to it. That's just kind of how I am. So I just have these cords, but I just can't find that fucking blue cord. And, I mean, I could keep looking, but I've sat down in my nice rocking chair, and I'm not rocking because it might squeak. Actually, it squeaks a little bit. Let's rock a little. Let's rock with me, guys. I'm gonna stick my foot out so I can rock better. There is a plastic bag right next to me that you can probably hear. Let me move the bag so that I can rock without any noises. Shit. You know what? Let me move the chair instead. Okay. Now I can rock. Oh man, this is, I don't know, there's just something about rocking chairs. It's just so calming and fun. You just boop, ba-do-do-do. I don't know. I like swings and I like rocking chairs just a lot. It's, it's a repetitive and it's simple and it's like moving but barely, and there's just, I don't know, there's just something about swinging and rocking back and forth. It's just euphoric, maybe? that might be too big of a word, but I don't get to use it often, so I wanted to. It's definitely a good feeling. That's kind of what euphoric means. So yeah. I wonder, that's not gonna kill. Okay, 24 or so. That's a 2. That's not gonna, oh, damn it. I knew she did like 12-ish. But I'm an idiot, so still no idea where that cord is. I mean, worst comes to worst, I'll just have to fucking use the silver one for the mic, because I don't really plan on using my mic for a while, because I just don't want to get back into Wii U recording. And I know there was a handful of people, a very small amount, but there were a few people that were pretty into those videos, and I had a lot of fun making them. But after a while, it just got really unreliable with whether or not videos would work, trying to yell over the train. Because, like, I don't know, there were a lot of episodes that I had to completely redo. Like, I never mentioned it in episode, but I can tell you that there were 2 or 3 where I had to reset the game back to where it was and do it all over again. I remember, actually, the very first episode I had to completely redo. And not the 0th. The first one, episode 1. There was an episode 0 and an episode 1. And redoing episode 1 was really annoying because I had episode 0, and then I did things in episode 0, And then I did an episode 1, but it just, something happened and it just didn't work. And I was just like, fuck, I have to do it again somehow. And like I already saved, and instead of being a smart person and saving like multiple files after an episode, so that I can like go back if I need to redo an episode, which is what smart people do. I didn't do that. So what I did was delete and recreate the file with the same name, and then I did exactly what I did in the previous episode and gained the exact amount of rupees that I ended off with to prepare for the real first episode, so that it would be seamless. And I don't remember what, but I remember there is something I overlooked. If you go and you watch both of the episodes, there is something, and you know the game, of course, to know what to pay attention to. Maybe I'll go and figure it out for myself. But there is something that I did in that episode which is like a one-time thing. It's like somebody encountering you and saying hi or something like that. And I remember it happening, and I remember not doing it in the first or in the second file, so that like it happened in the first video, the like episode 1, a second time. And I saw it in my head, but I didn't make any comment on it, and I just pretended that I never ended up re-recording that episode. So it's just like, and that really happened a few times, where I had to re-record, I think, I don't know, and there was like a huge portion where I tried to do like a really long section, and it just all went down to hell, and I just like, I couldn't do it. I was just like, no, I'm done with this unreliable ass computer, the breaking of the videos, and it's like, it wasn't good quality. I didn't like that my Wii U videos were lower quality than my VC videos. Like at the time, I feel like my VC videos were 1080p back then. They're 720 now, which it really doesn't make much of a difference, but they were 1080p back then, and the Wii U videos were barely that. Barely 720, I mean. I think they were just like there's like a setting where it can be good, better, and best, and I had it like all the way to the good and 720, and just like barely any bitrate or something. I don't know. It was enough where it looked kind of pretty, but I could look at it and I could like put it up on my TV, and I would be like, that looks really shitty compared to the actual game that I just played and I just looked at, because it's a gorgeous game. It's an HD remake, and I'm playing it on an HD TV, but like when I have to record it like that and it comes out so shitty, I just can't deal with it, and I just don't like it. And plus, those videos got barely anything anyway. So, I mean, they're still there, they exist, I had a lot of fun with them, you can go watch them if you want, but it's just like, I'm not gonna do them until I get, and I'm not like, trying to force you to donate or anything, I'll find a job, make the money on my own, you can donate if you want, be helpful, but, like, fucking, I need a better computer to do that. It's just, I don't know, fuck, oh, goodness gracious. Now I do kind of sound like I'm begging, which was not the intention, but, I've done that before. There was some guy who was so upset with me because I asked people to buy me birthday presents. It would have been May, of course, because my birthday is in May. And I set a link to my Amazon wish list where you can go and you can just buy me things. And I talked about that for a good while. And I ended up, because I was mostly, like, I brought it up and then I was talking about what was on the list, and I was just describing some of the things. And like at the end, as a joke, I'd be laughing. I'd be like, yeah, go ahead, buy me that. If you're gonna buy me anything, buy me that. And he took it so weirdly offensive. Like, I don't know. He was just like, that's weird. Don't do that. Don't ask people to buy you things. Like, you gotta work hard, do things your own way. And I'm like, okay. I remember sending him a link to, this fucking Mika. I sent him a link to the Urban Dictionary definition of Dilligaff, because Dilligaff stands for Do I Look Like I Give a Fuck? And I was sort of subtly hinting that I kind of didn't care that he was upset at me for, like, begging or something. Really, it was more of a joke. I never expected anyone to buy me anything, and no one did, actually. I had a few friends that said they would, and just didn't have the money, or forgot, or didn't care. I did receive, and I'm super thankful for this guy who did actually mail me something. Whoops, that was dumb. Who did actually, like, a good friend of mine who I've known for a few years. He he was like, all right, what's your address? I'll send you a birthday present. And I was like, fuck it, all right, sure, go for it. We'll see what happens. And he sent me I might have talked about it before, but he sent me a Nico keychain and 2 of the Weiss Schwartz cards. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that before, but I'm super grateful to him. So I did get a birthday present from a stranger. That year I really didn't get much. I can barely even fucking remember, because I got the canoe from my parents, and I only invited one person to my party, and he just never brings anything because he's poor, and he knows I don't give a shit anyway, and he knows that I have a lot of things, so I don't need more things. It's just like, also he's poor and doesn't bother asking. I was kind of waiting to see if she would go off on her own. I don't think she would have anyway. But, so the only thing I got for that birthday was that canoe from both of my parents, because it was expensive, so they both paid, and then that gift from my friends. And I was supposed to send him something back, but I haven't yet, because I'm afraid of our government's mailing system. I don't know. Like, also broke and lazy. Really rude, though, because he knows exactly what he's expecting from me. But I'll wait like a year and then see what happens. And just, kind of avoid it whenever he brings it up. Because it's somebody I know on Kick who lives like a few states away. So anytime he tries to confront me, I can just straight up ignore him. But he's not really that kind of person. I do feel bad about, not sending it immediately, of course, but also kind of whatever. I still have what I plan to send him, and I will send it to him eventually. It's a great gift. It's the signed board that you get if you go to the Love Live movie. You get a signed board, and I believe it's Katori. I say it like that because I have a friend who says it like that, and it's a lot of fun when he says it. Yeah, Katori. I'm just reminding myself of... It's Kage. I love Kage. I'm reminding myself of Kage because he says it like that. I've talked about Kage a whole bunch. He's definitely an awesome person. I haven't talked to him in a while. I should so call him, but I don't call people. And I feel bad. And if he would watch my videos, then he would know that I feel bad about not talking to him. And he should talk to me. But he doesn't often anymore. I know he used to, but just not anymore. And that's understandable, of course. I make so many damn videos. Oh, fuck. Come on. Come on, ARPA. Come on, ARPA. Come on. Yay! Look at that. Okay, what was I talking about? Yeah, so Kage says Katori like that, and he's a lot of fun. But I did go to the premiere of the, not the premiere, Jesus, the, a showing of the Love Live movie in a theater in America, in the state I'm in, with a friend I know. I almost didn't go, but he needed a ride and was willing to pay for mine and my sister's ticket because my sister was the ride, because I can't drive. So he needed a ride, and I was like, I get my sister to take us. My sister's super cool and shit. And he was like, really, dude? I was like, fuck yeah. And I talked to her about it, and she was like, well, can we meet the guy first? And I was like, sure. And so we met the guy, and he's great. And I've hung out with him a whole bunch of times, and he's super great, and I need to hang out with him more, but I haven't. So yeah. So yeah, we went to the movie and I got Kitori. I think I got somebody else and then traded or something. I know they give you the board and a code for a girl in the game, and I just gave him the code and then he sold it or gave it to somebody else. I don't fucking remember. Don't really care. But I had the Kitori board and I was gonna sell it to somebody else, but they live overseas and they were going to the movie themselves and they were going to try to get it themselves, and then they just kind of forgot. So that just kind of didn't happen, and I feel bad about selling it after telling him, or not selling it, but just giving it away, giving it to someone after telling this guy that I would sell it to him. And of course, both of them are fantastic friends of mine, but one of them is much cheaper to send things to. Also, I'm an idiot for not using that buff. I don't know why I thought she would be ready. Fuck. Oh, it's very stressful. Trying to rank, especially under 1000, which I've literally never done before. So, fuck. Like, whatever. I don't know. This whole episode was all over the place, and I'm gonna end it now. Like, find my chord, do some shit. I don't know. Whatever. I feel like there was a story that I didn't properly finish. Probably 4 or 5 of them. But that's fine. Take care of yourself.